All right. So anyway, Mr. Aiken, what's happening in your world? Anything worthwhile that you want to bring to the fans tonight?
Man, I have done nothing.
Nothing.
Just work, dude. That's all I've been doing is working a lot lately.
And when are you going to make all that work pay off as far as enjoying it?
Please. That's not part of my routine.
That's not part of so you basically are telling me you don't know how to enjoy yourself unless you get your drunk on one night.
Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Because like the thoughts of what most people do to have fun, like going on a vacation or some shit to like a beach or something, that just sounds boring as shit to me.
Yeah, well, that's not my deal either. Me, I like the 2 and 3 dayers myself.
Yeah.
You know, when I like to take off and, run around with Dawkins or somebody or go to an LA thing or, just do an event that takes me out for maybe 2 or 3 days. That's plenty. And that's a vacation for me.
Vacation for me is pretty much a day that I can not sit in front of a computer and not sit in front of my phone.
Right.
If I can just take a day and get away from people, even a single day, I'm good with that. Mm-hmm. That's good. Whatever, dude. I'm going to be dead in a few years anyway. I'm building this shit for the next guy.
Sure.
That's my goal, is just to have it done and ready for the next guy.
Sure. Well, speaking of, since you don't have anything to share tonight, I want you to maybe put your technical hat on a little bit.
All right.
And I did receive my Amazon Fire in the mail this week.
Okay.
And I haven't touched it yet. I haven't plugged it into the TV, but I am going to do that conversion. So for those of you who are entertainment savvy and enjoy movies and Amazon and Netflix and all kinds of watching, if you like television as much as Chris and I do, especially when it comes to documentaries and specials. Right. Apparently, you could take an Amazon Fire or an Amazon TV and you can upgrade it with a app called Kodi, Kodi.
Correct.
Okay, and what will this allow me to do? And me and my skill set with computers, I'm not too bad. I'm not a hack.
Yeah, it's easy to put. All you got to do is install it, and then you install add-ons to your videos. And when you install the right add-ons, it'll allow you live TV. It'll allow you live sports. It'll allow you pay-per-views. It'll allow you various, your pay-per channels, your Showtime or HBO or whatever. It doesn't give you the channels as much as it just gives you the programming. And, you just install a couple of add-ons on and you've got all your programming in.
Sure.
You can watch whatever you want.
Right.
It's real nice. I mean, like, for me, like, for commercial TV, one show that I just never watched that I love, I love it, but it's not even on Hulu, is that show Criminal Minds.
Okay.
On CBS. CBS is not on Hulu, but it's on Kodi. And literally, you can just go to a channel called Criminal Minds, and literally it has each season broken down in every episode. So I'm slowly but surely catching up with that.
Sure.
Watching some episodes of Criminal Minds, and but it's really it's just a cool feature. It's really getting to the point that I can't imagine still having cable anymore.
Right.
It just seems stupid to
me
because it's all out there.
I agree. Well, I've been using obviously the Roku, which I know both of us like, and we've used the Google Chrome,
right?
The Google, what's it called? Chromecast. We've used that, but apparently this setup is, superior to that or has features the others don't have or whatnot.
Yeah, well, it has, unlike Chromecast, I mean, with Chromecast, you got to go find it.
Sure.
You got to go find the programming, and then you just throw it to your TV and it goes. But with this, it's got it all found. If you like the show Ray Donovan, you can just pull up the show and watch it.
Right.
Watch all the episodes, and and it's all convenient and put together for you. So
nice.
It's simple. It's very simple.
Well, I'll be doing the install tomorrow or Monday.
Well, when you do it, make sure that you not only do the install, but you install Exodus and Phoenix. Those are the two you need.
Okay.
There's other ones you can add. I mean, when you get in there and you start playing with it, you'll see all different channels and sub-channels and all the shit that you can add. But the two biggies are Phoenix and Exodus.
Okay.
Exodus is your TV and movies, and Phoenix is your sports.
Excellent. Now, will Gary Holt be, giving you any kind of instruction on that?
Yeah, I'd imagine he'll I'd imagine he'll give you the atrocity exhibition.
Sure. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah. So that's that.
All right. Well, I was just wondering if you could give me any other tips aside from that. Just, Exodus and Phoenix and installing Kodi.
Those are the big three, man. And I mean, you have to just kind of play with it a little bit because it's a different environment. It definitely is. Like when you go to a show, you get like 15 different options for that show to play that show. So if you go to, I'll just use Ray Donovan again because it's in my mind for whatever reason. If you were going to the current season of Ray Donovan and you wanted to watch episode 5, you click episode 5 and it brings up like 15 options. And then you just pick whichever option you want. And, then it all will depend on your internet speed and whatnot. You'll see that some of them are HD and some of them are SD. And
right.
I generally watch everything in SD. I don't need HD for fucking TV.
Sure.
And plus SD or HD sometimes buffers.
Okay.
SD never does.
Right.
Well,
speaking of TV watching, and I know I've mentioned this to you before, but have you got into watching BoJack Horseman yet?
I've only watched like 1 or 2 episodes. I didn't get it. I didn't laugh hysterically.
Okay, now did you watch from the very beginning, the first season?
First 2 episodes.
Okay.
I only watched like 1 or 2 episodes.
Okay. Well, the humor is very subtle and it's very throwback humor. It's pop culture humor.
Right.
So if you were, brought up in the 80s and into the 90s, there's a lot of references to a lot of those things. Sure. It's kind of subtle humor.
Right.
And, of course, once you get into it, BoJack he's kind of like, the best way that I can describe it, he's kind of like Bob Saget.
Right.
As a cartoon.
Okay.
And he's a horse. He's a horseman. He's a male. He's got a human body and a horse head.
Right.
And the thing is that when sometimes he runs into former TV, people that he worked in TV with, and he's a typical drunken, boozing, almost kind of a loser because his only claim to fame is that he was the father, like on Full House.
Right.
Since then he hasn't had a career since like the 90s.
Right.
And so he's living off the residuals of his TV show that he had a big TV show, kind of like Full House.
Okay.
And he was like the lead character in Full House. And he worked with a bunch of little kids.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now that he's older and, almost 20 years has passed, the actors in the TV show are now adults.
Right.
And one of them who's the one on Full House that's got the big boobies and she got into some trouble and stuff in her real life?
Jodie Sweetin.
Her.
Yeah.
Well, there's a Jodie Sweetin character.
Right.
And he ends up banging her.
Nice.
And not to give too much away, but this season she pulls a Lindsay Lohan and basically, becomes so intoxicated with drugs and alcohol due to her child success.
Nice.
Something happens to her this season.
Nice.
See, Southern
Belle.
Yeah, Southern Belle likes BoJack Horseman.
I just haven't. It's one. You know how I go, dude. It's very hard for me to have time to settle in and watch. And I watched it, but it was kind of in the background, so I wasn't paying full attention. And I'm not a huge cartoon guy.
Yeah, but you liked Archer.
But that's about the only one you can name that I like. I didn't like, really was not into The Simpsons, not into, Futurama, or I casually can watch like South Park a little bit.
How about Family Guy?
I've watched a couple seasons of it, but never holds my interest at all.
Okay.
It just, something about cartoons, I feel like I'm a grown-up, so I don't want to watch cartoons, I guess.
Yeah, but they're very adult cartoons, though.
Whatever.
I don't know. I love it. I love BoJack Horseman. The third season came out, 2 Sundays ago, I think, and I watched, the 10 episodes in 2 days.
Nice.
So it was just like, it was binge watching BoJack.
Sure.
But I love that show, man. But all 3 seasons are available on Netflix. So if you want to see something silly and you like kind of subtle humor and pop culture humor, you would like it.
Sure. Do you have a service of the services that you have that you watch a lot less than the others?
The only 2 that I have is Amazon Prime and Netflix.
And you watch mostly Netflix?
I kind of go between the 2.
Okay, because I have Netflix and I have Hulu and I have WWE Network and I have Amazon, and I almost never watch Netflix anymore.
Well, see, I just go between Amazon and Netflix. It just depends.
I watch a ton of Amazon because they got all the good documentaries.
Right, exactly. I do the same thing.
And now that I found that terror route, now I've watched like 15 other documentaries about 9/11 in the last 2 weeks since.
Sure.
Because they have them all out there, so I've definitely watched all of those. But you see, I'm just a happy guy. I go from one happy topic to the next.
Well, I watched the one where Kissinger was negotiating the end of the Vietnam War in a secluded house in like the middle of Paris.
Oh yeah, I watched that.
Yeah, that was really good.
That was good, yeah.
But I didn't realize that they had been meeting for 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Kissinger was way overrated. They make that guy out like he's some kind of fucking brilliant guy, whatever. He's just another piece of shit like everybody else.
Yeah, but what surprised me, not realizing how the negotiations went.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that this was a back and forth for 3 years.
Yeah, it went on for a long time.
Yeah, it's pretty ridiculous, but I watched that the other night, and I thought that was pretty good.
And what ended up happening out of it? Nothing.
Yeah, well, it's wasted time and more lives wasted.
Yep, lives, money, everything wasted.
Yep, I agree. Well, we're just going to have more of the same if Hillary gets in.
Hey, let's not get too negative tonight, please.
Well, I don't have the superpower that you have, so I don't have to use mine for good.
Yeah, that's true. You just have ordinary powers. So.
I do. I just have ordinary powers.
So you can say bad things.
I can.
I should say, no matter who we get, we got to give them a chance.
Right.
We got to back our president.
Yeah, sure.
Shut up.
I agree. All right, dude. Well, we're back. We'll just get into some stuff and, see what the fans have to say. Of course, we are live on the Classic Metal Show, so if you are listening to us on the Spreaker or some other platform and you're not aware, but we do have a live chat room, right. And you can join us in our chat room. It's chatandkill.com. Just spell that out, chatandkill.com, and sign in with any of your social media. Be it Facebook or does Yahoo have a?
I think Yahoo does too.
Yeah, I see a Y in there. I've never seen that before. I never paid attention. Or Chatwing or Google Plus or Twitter. Yeah, so if you are on any social media or have any kind of social media platform, you can just sign in there with your social media.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah, me too.
All right, so join us in the chat room. If you listen to the show regularly or listen to it live, you miss out on a lot by not being in the chat room.
Yep, you do.
Because we are very, very fan-driven in a lot of our segments.
Yeah, that segment last week, even though it was great, was even better having the chat room.
Yeah, absolutely.
See the pictures of fucking awful Ronstadt or whatever.
or Jelly Bean Snatch.
Yeah, Jelly Bean Snatch.
that was good.
I got a text or a Facebook. Where is it? This came from Rock and Randy.
Yes.
Just the blue this morning at 7:46 a.m. I'll never look at jelly beans the same way again. Thank you, CMS.
Jelly bean snatch.
Jelly bean snatch.
I like it.
That was funny.
That was good. I liked it. So if you listen to the show live and are not participating in the chat room, you really need to be a part of the chat unless you're horribly appalled. But if you're listening to us, chances are you're probably not.
Yeah, but don't let your kids.
Yeah, it's not for children.
Yeah, your kids don't need to see the chat unless you want to, really ruin them early.
Sure, absolutely. All right, I'm ready for my first drink of the evening. So what should I play to get us going here, Chris?
All right. How about some Crocus?
Crocus.
What do I want to hear from Headhunter? I don't want to hear the standards. Headhunter, Crocus. What were the? Let me think. I'm thinking, and I'm typing on the fly. Let's go with Ready to Burn.
Okay.
Because that's how I feel.
Are you? Are you ready to burn?
Once again, yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, you improved your game last week. You recharged your powers.
Yes.
And you were ready to burn tonight. So let's play some Crocus, and we'll come back and we'll do some stuff and make you laugh.
Sounds good.
All right, here it is. This is Crocus exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.
This is Mark Storace of Crocus, rocking out with Neely on the Classic Metal Show.